Yo, 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 hit 'em high, hit 'em low. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the No Full Just Ball podcast. It is your boy Nick Hughes alongside Alex Delgado, Brandon Brito. A lot has happened. We have been off the air for like more than half of field correspondent Onyx Delgado's life.
Watching some goddamn baseball.
A lot of baseball, a lot of big life events. Alex got a haircut, so that's happening.
Nicholas is officially hitched.
Yeah, that happened too. Brandon was in Hawaii at one point.
Yeah.
Just a whole lot going on, a whole lot of life, a whole lot of baseball to talk about. Things getting off to a quick start is, we obviously have the hardcore Yankee fan, I guess, over there in the batting practice jersey. We have Brandon in the Mets jersey. We'll start here. Who do you guys got on your back right now?
I got Bernie Williams.
Okay, so you went
That's
classic.
a nice
I
one.
went classic Mitchell and Ness. Actually, it's from yours truly across from me.
That's me.
I like that one.
So, all right, wait, give me a second, Brandon, because it's a Nike jersey, which means it is recently purchased.
Of course. Well, I've had it for like a year.
Okay,
Recently purchased.
So I'm gonna think it's a Lindor.
Of course. Come on.
Okay. I didn't know it.
I got it the day he signed his extension. I was like, all right, I could spend money on this. He's gonna be here for at least 7 years.
Part of my fear, and I guess we could start here. Part of my fear right now about purchasing an Aaron Judge jersey is what's going on there. Like, wait, what do we make of the Judge talks essentially coming to a complete halt? He says for the remainder of the season. I guess we'll sort of see where that goes. Any thoughts there as we start out?
You can take it, Alex.
Okay, I'll take it. Let's be honest. Boy's birthday was yesterday.
True.
Just turned 30.
Happy birthday.
Yo.
They give him? They offer $28 million a year?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, about that.
Why wouldn't you just you want to be the captain, right? That's what everyone's saying. Why don't you do what the last captain did? Take it and just tell Brian Cashman to go fuck himself every day you walk in that building. Because that's what Derek Jeter did.
I guess, but already here's an interesting comp for you. Why not do more akin to the guy on your back, Bernie Williams? Bernie Williams walked into free agency, his first chance. Red Sox of all teams drove up the bidding on him.
Yes, they did.
Something like $30 million was what the Yankees' initial offer was to what he eventually signed for at like 75 or something was the contract. So almost doubled the worth. I'm in the camp of, get your money while you can. And it's going to come at the expense of my Yankees, and I understand that. But it's one of those. Aaron Judge is, when healthy, I think an indisputable top 10.
Yes, indisputable top 10 without a doubt.
On maybe a top 5.
Yes.
I think his
higher than 8, but definitely on the top 5 at 5.
Yeah, more or less.
I will say though, what I'm giving him credit for, which is what Conforto did not do last year, he is actually balling out so far in the season.
I wouldn't say balling out.
He's well. I was going to say the big thing is it's going to be about health with Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
If Aaron Judge is healthy, I think his floor when healthy is a 270, 30 home run season.
I can see that. Yeah.
And I think the bigger thing here is, you look at marketability in baseball. It's something we touch on a lot, in terms of guys who are able to sell merchandise, who are able to sell jerseys on their backs, who are, getting fans excited about the game. The best player in baseball we talk about a lot is Mike Trout, and is not a marketable sort of superstar because of just, he's not that guy. He has no desire to be that guy.
He's never been.
Not everyone's built for that. But you have a guy like Aaron Judge is like the most fan-friendly, playing catch with the kids in the stadium. Everyone in Yankee Stadium just came from there, has a 99 on their back if it's not an old player. He is the guy. You are buying not just field production, you're buying the guy that's putting, asses in seats, not for nothing. So for the Yankees, not like it's a cute first offer. you have to. I think there's an understanding of why that was not taken.
Did he say if
Yeah.
he's gonna not just
He
negotiate during the season, or is he open to negotiating during the season? I didn't.
He did it.
No.
He said he wants to focus on playing baseball during the season. So if something had
Yes.
not done before the season started, he wanted to wait until season's end. And I don't doubt that he gives the Yankees, the first crack at making what he deems a fair offer. I'm sure he has a number in his head of, hey, if they hit this on their next offer.
Yeah. I mean, what leaked that he wanted Trout money? I'm sorry. At the age that you're at, you're not going to see Trout money.
I mean, I could see it in an annual, annual
Yeah.
average value. Or
Annual
whatever.
average value. Yeah.
You're not gonna
I
see
would give him annual average value for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what I would do.
And then here's the thing is, then do
Player
you think
option.
to yourself, not for nothing, is there a team in baseball who will do it?
There are a few
Yes.
teams who are massively under the salary cap and need big bats. I can name a few teams.
I think so.
For sure. Guys, ready teams who have a desperate need for marketable superstars. Teams who are trying to turn the corner. That describes half the American League Central. Not that that's like the, place he necessarily wants to go. But, out west, you got teams. You're wearing a team, Brandon, who,
I can see San
with its deep
Francisco.
pockets can
Yeah.
say, hey,
I don't think he would go to the Mets in all honesty because of like the fact that he knows he's becoming the poster child in the future of the Yankees. That just wouldn't look right on both parts from us
Yeah.
and you guys. It wouldn't. Make
well, I will say you guys might eclipse this as the evil empire at that point. I
Yeah.
was gonna say that's what is that the new Star Wars thing? It's not the evil empire anymore. It's the First Order. No, that's
First order. Yes,
The
it
New
is.
World Order, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so
First
basically-
order.
that's what the Mets would become at that point. Away with Darth Vader. Here
I'm
comes
low
Kylo.
key. I'm low key praying for that Juan Soto coming through, but that's just a pipe dream at this point. I mean, the murmurs are there. Big Dick Stevie's done crazy things already. Let's see what happens.
Now that's a boy that should get Mike Trout money. Young enough still.
He's
Yeah.
marketable too.
You know what I'm saying? And he's marketable. I
Yeah.
mean,
But
dude's
here's-
funny.
ready? Oh, of course. But here's the thing. I look at a guy like Juan Soto, and I say for Juan Soto, there is no reason, like literally none, to even entertain extensions.
Oh, not at all.
If you can
No.
stay healthy, and again, he doesn't have to be, what we're daydreaming of is like this guy's going to hit 350 with 50 home runs, 150. We don't have to see that. We can see a guy do 290, 29 home runs, 100 RBIs in a season. You look at him at his age and go, this is the guy who ready, and we'll touch on Miggy in a little bit, but this might be the next guy we see hit 3,000 hits. This might be our next 500 home run guy. This might be a lot for us.
There's a lot of points that are made there. Yeah, I agree.
Actually, that was a hot topic going around earlier that I saw. Like all the rest of the mid of this week after Miggy got that 3,000 was, will we see another 3,000 hitter? And I don't know.
Absolutely.
I
And
honestly,
hold on to
I
close
wouldn't
the
say
loop
anytime soon. I
You
would say
guys
probably
think
when we're
that-
like 50,
Do
maybe.
you guys think that Trout will be on that list? Honestly,
No,
It's a hard one
I
because
don't think so.
had you asked me this
He'd have
3
to play
years
for a
ago,
long time.
yeah.
I was gonna say, had you asked me this 3 years ago before 2 injury-plagued seasons
I was just
and
about to say,
COVID year,
yeah.
I say undoubtedly. Now you've lost, let's say a total of 2 full seasons of baseball, with the injury, with only 60 games in the COVID. Not for nothing. Now you're looking at it in a very different lens of he has to be what he was pre-injury, sustain that,
Yeah.
and do it for, right up until what he's 40, I think is like
Yeah.
the pace he has to play,
He
160.
would have to do what Miggy and Albert did, but he would really have to get 200 plus a season.
And
Yeah.
you know what? And the dark horse with his case specifically that he doesn't have, that Miggy has, he can't do the DH thing because of Shohei. Shohei's there now, so that position is filled. So it's a little harder for him
Yeah.
to get those bats, like
Yeah.
how Miggy has in his last few years of his career.
No, for sure. And that's another valid thing is, it's also the way baseball is moving. I think a big part of why it'll be a long time coming, if ever. And the reason why I add the if ever caveat, we've moved into an era where where teams themselves are not so focused on the individual player stat. They want to keep these guys healthy.
Of
Mhm.
course.
They don't care if you play 162 and hit 35 home runs. They'd rather you
Or throw a perfect
30.
game.
No,
To be the 24th person to throw.
Not-
Can we talk about that? That was insane.
Right.
I did not understand that at all. I was
It's
like,
a
what's going
it's
on?
a frustrating bang your head against the wall thing for fans.
For the fans, we're talking about Clayton Kershaw, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just going to get into it. But Clayton Kershaw is coming off of couldn't pitch in the postseason last year because of injury. He was supposed to be the opening day starter, got scrapped from that opening day start still because of the injury. So not for nothing, yes, as a fan of the game, you want to see him push
No.
through.
I'm sorry.
You have a situation where you're
It's
the Dodgers.
ridiculous.
You just lost out. You just lost Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
You're now relying on your top two rotation arms being guys under the age of 25.
Lost Trevor Bauer
Yes.
because God knows if he's
Yeah,
ever.
Trevor Bauer, we don't know when he comes back. So you need Clayton Kershaw to be Clayton Kershaw from like 5 years ago, sustained for
Yeah.
the entire season. I'll take
I wouldn't
him.
say sustained. They were able to win 100 games where he was injured for a good month and a half. As long as he can pitch
But-
in
but-
August, September, and October, they'll be fine. He was
For
at
sure,
80.
but you need him.
He
You
was
need
at
him
80
healthy
pitches.
then.
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah.
I think he could have. I think he had a shot at it. I mean, like,
No, for sure. I mean, he has a
Also-
shot at it, but you don't want, I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather get that extra, let's call it 30 pitches out of him to finish off that perfect game. Let's say I'd rather get that 30 extra pitches in that arm for this year in October. I don't want it right now.
But you
I don't
touched
want
on a-
those bullets out of the
touching
chamber.
on a
No,
point
man.
that we're not. You're
Dude.
touching on a point that they don't address though. Like with him specifically and with this scenario, it sounded like he was healthy. It sounded like he was good. And at the end of the day, we're talking about what is it, the first or second week of baseball? Guarantee, unless it's a Tommy John's instance, he will be out for the first 2-3 months, like a DeGrom, and still come back and pitch some meaningful October baseball, some meaningful.
I think
September.
it's just one of those things. Not for nothing. He's an aging guy. You brought him back on a 1-year deal to take one last run at it. This is what the Dodgers are pitching right now. This is their, they brought in Freddie. They let Seager go. You
Walker
let
Buehler, by the way, the other day. Let's go, Walker Buehler.
Buehler has been on one. Julio Urias, he's going to find it this
That
year.
guy.
It hasn't been
Yeah.
quite there just yet. I
that
think
Gosselin kid that they got too.
He's
Oh,
back and forth. He's not
Ready?
he's not-
Even
He
what's his
hasn't given
name?
up that many runs.
Yeah.
He had one bad
Uh,
outing.
Yeah. his
Andrew
first outing-
Heaney. Andrew Heaney has been
Yeah.
a revelation for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And as a Yankee fan, I'm scratching my head going, where is this guy last year when we traded for him? I don't understand what went wrong there.
Some
but I
people
mean-
can't handle the pinstripes. Some people
Maybe
can't do it.
Something in the
Yeah,
LA
standard.
water, dude. I think because once you go into beautiful sunshiny state 24/7, all of a sudden everyone's pitch is amazing out there. No
Yo,
matter
look
where
at,
California
look
you are.
at Tyler Wade out in Anaheim, bro.
Exactly.
Him and
Something about
Vasquez.
California. It makes no sense to me at all. The Giants in general.
Bro's
At all.
raking out
oh
there.
man, dude, it's one of those. It's an interesting one. Like all around baseball right now, when you see the new faces and new places, and some of these guys are really playing up to some larger than life deals. I think to give the Mets credit, obviously Scherzer is what Scherzer is.
Oh yeah, we're happy about
Buck
that.
Showalter is maybe the most underrated addition to a team in the offseason just because of the sheer fire. They got into another brawl, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw today.
Yeah,
I
saw
watched that today. I
Bro, they
watched
are the most hit team in baseball right now.
They're basically averaging 1 hit a game. Out of
Yeah.
20 games they've played so far, they've gotten hit 19 times. That
Yep.
is absolutely ridiculous. And to go on I just want to touch on the Buck Showalter thing. I think I don't agree with you that it's underrated. I just think that it's not talked about. I don't think that people are really acknowledging his greatness here. Like, because you look at what happened, like last year's team, like, yeah, they were in first for a while, but it was like a very like empty first place kind of standing, if that makes sense. The people that they had in their roster, they were kind of like putting the pieces together. That Luis Rojas was nowhere of a vocal leader and was not the leadership they needed on the bench and stuff. And quite honestly, even the fact that Buck Showalter sits here and says we go over every single rule in the rule book, we pick a few rules of practice, we talk about it, we prepare, like that preparedness. you haven't seen it in a Mets uniform from a coaching standpoint in a while, since probably Willie Mays. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. No. I get what you're saying, and Willie Randolph is what I think you meant.
Yeah. So Willie Mays, sorry, Willie Randolph.
No, all good. I was gonna say, if it's since Willie Mays, that's a really long time.
Meant to say Willie Randolph.
No, I get what you're saying and stuff. My thing is, and so we talk about the Buck thing, and now we talk about them, getting plunked and stuff. Not for nothing. I think if you are a Mets fan, or even just a fan of the game, like all of us can say we are and stuff, and you're watching this, you're getting fired up on behalf of this team, because you realize, this sort of, not for nothing, coming to blows with what is it, the Cardinals, who was the team at the start of the season, the Nationals. You're coming to near blows on a routine basis with other teams. Not for nothing, it builds a certain level of camaraderie among the boys, where you're, where this is my guy. I'm going to war for him day in, day out.
Oh, you see that bullpen empty? That's when you know shit's real.
It got real, dude. It got real. Not for nothing, though. I will credit what's the closer from St. Louis. He literally hopped the fence to run over. Like, all right, you're all about that. I'll give that Gallegos.
That life, bro.
Gallegos. He hopped the fence.
In fairness, Gallegos had a bone to pick after the walk off the day before or 2 days ago.
Literally, this camaraderie conversation is exactly what creates exactly what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Where
Pete Alonso, you see what Pete Alonso said? He's like, if I wanted to kill somebody, I could.
He was like, if I wanted to kill someone, I could. I was like, good for you.
When he's one of those guys in baseball where when he says that, I believe that.
That's why they call him the polar bear, bro.
Yeah, like
get his paws on you. It's done.
Like easy top 5 guys. I'm not going next to in like a baseball brawl. I'm making sure, just in case, he's like a friendly individual, intense, but it's like I'm not going near this guy just in case this is the day.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy that will flip a switch and maul you in a heartbeat. And the fact that literally he was like, he basically was like, what, this little coach is going to knock me to the ground? Let's be honest here. We all know what would have happened if I was serious. I was like, yeah,
for sure.
Talk all your smack. I love the leadership added to the bench with Marte, with Escobar, with Scherzer, like we previously noted. Like, it's just a great dynamic, fun-loving guys, really here to win, play ball, and all this stuff is riling them up to win. I find it absolutely amazing. And quite honestly, I'm wearing this jersey too because Francisco Lindor has turned it on since he's come back from injury last season. He's been absolutely amazing. Early candidate for like the Silver Slugger Award for shortstop. He's doing really well. I'm liking where he's heading now.
Oh, for sure. I think it's one of those things when you go out and you get these big name talents and stuff. I think, and especially before he even plays a game in a Mets uniform, he gets the massive extension.
Yeah.
There's a certain expectation that is placed on you, and it's an underrated part of any sport where you get that, that nod from ownership, from the front office, and the fans are expecting you to deliver. You are expecting to deliver, and you walk up there, and sometimes, it's tough to live up to that. There's a certain mental, sports psychology sort of thing that happens there.
Contract year curse is a real thing. People don't talk
for sure.
It absolutely happens, whether it be through injury or whether it be through you just acclimating to the new city. Like it's a thing.
It's a lot. I look around the league now at some of the guys who are in new spaces and stuff. I look at ready. One of the most underrated things for me, I think, no one's talking about. Down in Atlanta, as much as people were upset about Freddie Freeman heading out to Los Angeles, they replaced him before he's even out the door, technically, with Matt Olson. Matt Olson started the season on, what was it, a 15-game hit streak, something like that. The power numbers weren't there with like home runs per se. The man was batting 400 through a week ago, ton of RBIs. Like it's getting to a new place, and he's a guy who not only just got there, got a contract there, and immediately hit a switch. But we're not talking about it because instead we're talking about, Freddie Freeman's not there, or they did Freddie Freeman dirty, which isn't wrong, but it's I look at Atlanta still and say that's a legitimate contender.
It's going to be an interesting. This next 2 week stretch is going to be an interesting one. We got a couple games with Atlanta, a few games with Philly. This is going to be a defining factor in the beginning of the season for sure. So
All
if we're
right.
gonna talk about new people and new like team, like new people to the league in general. I think we
Okay.
should transition to the rookies. I think we should talk about the guys that are standing out, the guys that
Yes.
are killing it.
I like that.
Seiya Suzuki, as we all predicted, monster.
Killing it.
Here's the
Bro was a professional though. He walked in like
Exactly.
Ichigo. Or
That's-
Ichiro. Ichigo, shout out. He's coming soon. But my boy Ichiro, you know what I'm saying? I was watching some Bleach earlier. But so Ichiro, he same thing. Came in, won rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is it's your for a guy like Sayed, that's an easy, not for nothing when we made our predictions and stuff out that way and stuff, is that's an easy one. That is a guy who has professional, what they're doing overseas. No minor league system can touch what it is to be a professional at the highest level in
I
what,
don't know.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I mean, look at LaMelo coming out a lot better than his
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just a certain element of, you have this experience, you're gaining this experience. He's coming in, what is he, 27 years old already? He's at a
Mhm.
level of prime that no rookie could be at otherwise.
And it shows.
I do want to say, I should say, in the same division, one of the most impressive young pitchers for me thus far.
Yo,
That is
Green,
Hunter Green.
bro,
Out
can't,
of nowhere.
bro.
No,
not
it's
out
not.
of nowhere.
I
He's
wouldn't
been
say out of
coming up.
nowhere. Like you've
his
heard the name
name-
for a while,
Yep.
but to actually see it,
See this
not just
happening.
in person, but see
Yo,
it
what was it?
translate.
Like
has been-
13 out of what? 50 pitches were over 100,
100 miles
Yeah.
an hour.
something like that.
But it's not. But that's the thing is, it's not just flat speed. The
No,
pitches are
dude.
moving.
Yo,
Then on top of it, he has
stupid
a
movement.
nasty slider, a changeup off of it. Like it's the right mix of pitches. I think the fact that he has a young catcher who's playing very well in Tyler Stevenson behind the plate, he's going to be able to at least have 3 years of contract, whatever rookie
Talking
contract.
about people get hit though, that dirty hit to Stevenson behind the plate. What was that?
Oh, that was rough. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, I guess he actually got taken out there. That was that's one of those.
Baseball's a contact sport.
Mhm.
I mean,
I was a catcher, man.
I was gonna say,
I know firsthand. dude.
again, this is ready. That's one of those ones where is it the cleanest play? No. Could if Luke Voigt is a big man,
He's a big boy.
he's on that Pete Alonso list of guys I'm not standing next to when a brawl strikes out. If Luke Voigt running full tilt at home plate wanted to do damage for real,
Damage would have been done.
that's very different than partly sliding away from, Stevenson and still sort of making contact with your arms. That's a very big difference than blowing that man up because, he's in the base path.
Yeah.
Yo, one thing I saw too, I don't know if you guys caught it, sorry, but about base path. The Andrew McCutchen slide where Angel Hernandez called both runners out on the double play.
Yeah, that was kind of
That was
kind of a all right. I mean, we'll get into Angel Hernandez because that man deserves a whole
a demotion.
on him.
Yo, go to single A, bro. Stay in Tampa.
My
Get the fuck
goodness,
out of here.
Angel
I hate
Hernandez.
this man, bro. Yo,
Angel
shout out to
Hernandez.
Schwarber.
I was gonna
That
say
was
Angel
awesome.
Hernandez, not for nothing. I guess not talked about enough in that game is how incredible a pitcher's duel was going on.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, I give credit to Angel Hernandez for something like that to a degree, because not for nothing, the fact that his strike zone is what it is the reason pitchers
What
are
strike zone?
dominating.
Everything's a strike. It's like
Exactly.
the Vladimir Guerrero freaking hit zone.
But
I mean,
Vladimir Guerrero could hit.
don't
So you're
matter.
like, what's going on?
But here's the thing: is ready, not for nothing.
Ridiculous.
No wonder the pitchers are dominating when this man's behind the plate. If you're a pitcher, you are not mad about Angel Hernandez.
Nope.
Yeah.
I
That's
think,
why he's still around.
like, not for nothing. The dude is doing his job for a very specific group. Like, what was it? The Noah Syndergaard tweet immediately after about hashtag Angels Unite because he's playing out with the Angels, and Angel Hernandez is going to do this man the same favors when he's on the mound. So You got to think if you get Angel Hernandez for, let's say, just because what is it? It's a randomization of umpiring crews, for different cities. And you get Angel Hernandez like in 4 out of 32 starts just by chance, dude. You're well on your way to the side.
Well,
Like you're putting up Nestor Cortez numbers. Like speaking of which, I think we
my
did
boy
a
flat
good
out
deal.
wanted that out. You see that dive?
All right, so we did a good deal on the Mets already. Talking about the Yankees,
Yo, didn't I tell you? Rough start.
Yeah.
rough start to a degree. I will say best pitching staff in baseball somehow right
Right
now.
now.
Which is
That's
mind blowing considering our best pitcher is having his worst start in his career.
His
Oh,
last,
that's the last game wasn't bad.
last start.
Last game not bad, but after 3 rough outings before that, it's
No spring training though.
I don't
I mean,
disagree,
but like you should if you're always ready, you don't gotta get ready. And homie needed to get ready. If you got that
it's not wrong.
contract, why weren't you ready to pitch? You should have.
I think there's a
It's
certain
different,
element.
but like you could have called a whole bunch of your boys and like, yo, I want to throw some live pitching. I want to go 60. I want to go 70 pitches. You can do that to get ready. You could have been strong enough
But
where
that's the downside of having like those hefty contracts. Like they get
Well,
comfortable.
it is to a degree.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain other element at play here of this man's season last year ends on his shoulders with the Wild
Card
loss
game.
to the Red Sox. First game on the docket this year is opening against the Red Sox.
can't handle pressure.
I'm going to be very honest. If let's say they're only going to throw him out there a couple of innings, what was it? They had said before the game he could be throwing a perfect game. Kershaw style, we're taking him out after 5.
Mhm.
If he gets through that 5, maybe allows a run, a couple hits, but feels, gets the ball rolling well. I think he's off to a very different start in every start since. I think there's a certain again, it's a psychology thing where, and pitchers, not for nothing, they're like kickers in football. There's a certain psychological thing there that I think the rest of the world will never understand.
It's true.
When
You gotta step on that mountain, man. You gotta bring it.
Not for nothing. When you're doing this once a week, you have too much time to think. And for a guy who again, he's getting blamed for what happened last year, rightfully so. And it's not to let him off the hook by any means here. He shit the bed in the playoffs last year against the Boston Red Sox for the 3rd time in his career. Not for nothing, that becomes something you obsess over. And it either becomes the, Clayton Kershaw 2020 playoffs where, all right, I keep being told I'm not a good playoff pitcher, so I'm going to go out and damn near dominate. Or it becomes what we're seeing right now with Garrett Cole of it's in his head. He can't shake it. He's out here throwing, he's walked more batters to open the season this season in his first 4 starts this season than he did through half the season last year.
Yeah.
That's a very big, that's a lot of parity.
Granted, yes, he pitched in a cold New York. He pitched in a cold Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no excuse.
But all right,
the elephant in the room here too. I mean, there's 2 things about it. One, the whole like people joke about the spider tack. I'm not going to say spider tack, but there is something to say about the sticky stuff, not specifically the illegal version, but just the sticky stuff in general.
Yeah,
that's playing a big factor. And there is something different with these baseballs.
They did come out and say they changed the dimensions of the baseball.
Yeah, and it's not working for. I mean, it's probably why the Mets are leading the league, getting hit by the ball. But like, there's something to say because everyone's complaining about it, and the MLB is staying quiet. No one's changing. It reminds me of that one season of NBA where they changed the basketball, and then halfway into the season they changed it back because everyone was talking about like popped fingers and like stuff like that. It needs to be addressed, and I think within a month something's going to happen because there's something to be said for it. Like everyone's complaining about it, both hitters and pitchers.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think I agree with you there. But when you see, and this is where I can't really let Cole off the hook too much for his his bad outings. The rest of the Yankee staff is pitching in the same temperature as he is, and we're talking about how they've been somehow the best pitching staff in baseball. Yeah. He is literally the anomaly.
Yeah.
You know, you have I jokingly keep saying Nestor Cortez is the new ace of the Yankees. He's pitching with a sub-1 ERA through 4 starts.
That
Yeah.
man, filth.
And he's doing it with like the
quirkiness, the Johnny Cueto, man. Took a page out of Johnny Cueto's book.
He's doing it.
I'm gonna throw these homies off, and I hit you with 92.
I was gonna say he's a caricature. He's like at the stadium when he strikes a guy out, you have the little Mario 2D like 8-bit thing jumping around and stuff. And it's like Nasty Nestor does it again. And he's a character. Like that's what he is. It's a gimmick that should not be this over, but it is.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to anyone. It's the equivalent of the joke that like has gone on too long now, and you have to start taking it serious, and you don't know how to feel about it. Like I've been joking that Nestor Cortez is my ace since last year.
Homie did the Mario dive at
And
first
now-
base,
I was
bro.
gonna say,
He was
and now
up
he's like
he was Mario, bro.
This man is
crazy.
laying out and then coming back and striking out the side the next inning.
Yep.
What was it? 8 Ks in his last outing. He struck out 8 of the 9 last batters he faced.
Had that immaculate ending. Like
That's absurd.
Man,
That's not like, and that's where I say is, you can talk about the new baseballs, you can talk about the weather, you can talk about, but clearly something's clicking for this guy,
yeah.
and that's where I'm curious to see like, what the future sort of holds. Yes, with the baseballs and everything like, but for a guy like Polar or some of the, top tier, I look at all the pitching down in Philly. They've spent so much on pitching over the last 2 years and it's fallen apart.
Yep.
Philly always implodes at some.
Of course.
At one point, you
But-
see always like blow up on their own. Like you don't understand.
I mean,
But
you
not
want-
for nothing. You for the Philadelphia Phillies, going out and get Schwarber and Castellanos is cool and all. But we've talked for years about how they had the worst bullpen in baseball, and it hasn't been close for years.
Yeah.
Now you hit a situation where they went out and got Corey Knebel. Ranger Suarez should have been in the bullpen. He's had to been thrust back into the rotation. Who else did they got? Familia, they brought in from the Mets. It's you shake your head, but it's guys who should have been an upgrade, and somehow not only have they not been an upgrade, the rest of the pitching staff has dropped also.
I knew that Familia came. To be 100% honest. I saw the man pitch last year. I was like, why would you give him that much money? He sucks. I don't know.
Or maybe for your pitching coach, you bring in a guy that, all right, this is how we're gonna pitch.
They're on their They're on their 4th pitching coach in the last 6 seasons. Like at a certain point, it's just
Find the right guy.
It is.
It's I would say it's an organization issue, but
No, of course. This goes very because it's not now somehow it's not just guys you're promoting from your own system. It's guys you're bringing in.
Yeah.
They are all struggling, and you hope they turn it around because I look at the NL East, and we talked about it before the season, as a division that should be hotly competitive, should be some of the best baseball to watch in all of the major leagues.
Yeah.
And for me, if the Philadelphia Phillies are not in the thick of it, I don't know that lives up to the hype. If it's just a Mets Braves showdown to the end.
No, don't sleep on the Marlins. The Marlins are.
But the Marlins are gonna.
I would say don't sleep on Washington. Like I told you, Washington will be 3rd in this division. The Phillies will finish 4th.
Not for nothing. I think if the Philadelphia Phillies are not at least the 3rd team in this division, for me, it is a letdown.
Oh God, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you're gonna tell me the Marlins are jumping them, it's only a certain level of Marlins playing above the expectation or Washington playing above the expectation.
It really
At a
is just
certain
Marlins
point,
pitching staff. That's all it is, to be honest.
And that's what I'm saying is so you're getting usurped by a young team with a pitching staff, but still no discernible offense. And you just shelled out money to 2 more big bats that many would argue you didn't need. You have to find a way to pay Aaron Nola at the end of the season. You still have 2 more pitchers on your contract that you just overpaid. You have a bullpen that's aging that you paid for but aren't performing. Like you have too much to not do well this year.
And you didn't hit on the point that the 3 of us agreed on going into the season. The defensive liability is very much still there.
Yes.
You hit the ball to the outfield, you can have all the inside the park home runs you want because they don't know what the hell they're doing out there. Like, come on, let's be honest.
Castellanos has had a couple plays. He's thrown some runners out.
I mean,
but not for nothing. And this is one of the things that very much gets lost when people talk about outfield assists and everything like that. You run on the guys you think you can run on. You know, not for nothing.
No, I mean,
I'm just saying it's one of those things. Ready? So for all the viewers at home,
people still wreck on Ichiro. They knew better.
Very few people tried to run on Ichiro, and
I've seen a lot more people run on Ichiro.
I'm just saying, you know, that's a bad call then on their part. Yeah. Generally speaking, you run on the guys, you know, that you believe in your heart, you have a chance of, you know, beating that arm. I've seen a good amount of, you know, Yankees baseball in person this year. I've been to like damn near every home game.
I'm convinced you literally own whatchamacallit, the Yankees.
Yeah, no. So what actually happened is, you know why Brett Gardner isn't there this year? You know, for years, Yankee fans always joke that like he held something over Cashman. Well, now I hold the thing over Cashman.
Got it. Got it. On here. He put it in your ear when you guys were chopping wood together in the woods.
Absolutely. So I look at it and I say, in person, I've seen this now multiple times. There's a difference when there's a lazy fly ball hit to Aaron Judge or Joey Gallo versus when that lazy fly ball is hit to Giancarlo Stanton. Stan just had a beautiful, what was it, yesterday, 2 days ago, threw a guy out, you know, trying to stretch a single to a double. Very nice play. But I think there's a difference between that guy turning the corner at first, going for second, when Aaron Judge is in right field.
Yeah. There's a difference. Aaron Judge has a better arm. Aaron Judge is a better fielder. But
no, but I'm just saying you're more likely to run on the guy you think you can.
Yeah.
And then when you're more likely to run, the odds exponentially increase that there's going to be a throw now that could potentially get you out. You know, that's the difference here with a lot of this is, you know, what was it? For years, it was like a 3-year stretch in the early 2000s. Manny Ramirez led Major League Baseball in outfield assists.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, because Manny was lazy and you could run.
And it was just like,
sometimes Manny said, all right, maybe I will be an athlete.
Sometimes he just really had that one throw. And, you know, if you get one guy.
I mean, Brett Gardner's throwing out a handful of people. Bro, I'd run on Brett Gardner.
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
Bro, I was just laughing when Stephen Hawking would take off on Brett Gardner. They always give Gardner the green light. Yeah, run on this dude.
Hell yeah, absolutely. No questions asked. Like, you just put your head down and go on that one.
Can Brett Gardner cover Death Valley over there in left field that nobody gives credit to for Yankee Stadium? Like, yes, Brett Gardner can cover that better than most people.
Yeah, but once you hit it out there, the guy on first is going to third.
That's true.
Without question. Speaking of the Yankees, we gotta talk about it because it came to light. That letter.
Yes.
Gotta touch on it.
Okay. For sure.
What, the letter of nothingness that just made
I wouldn't say like all right, so this is my take on it. If I'm being
what every other team was doing.
I was gonna say, as the only non-Yankee fan here, I will say, and not the two of you specifically, but for the fair weather Yankee fans, I say shame on them because what was brought up about the Yankees was specifically said about like is what people were complaining about. They're sitting here talking about, you know, oh, there's cheating, they're using video surveillance, they're doing this. May not be real time, but at the same time, it is some aspect of video surveillance.
Sure.
And
you can't tell me.
What's up?
I said you can't tell me not the majority of the teams were doing this.
But that's the thing. Like everyone
already was on MLB Network stating how they were stealing signs back in 2004. They were still using video surveillance.
Everyone does it. This was back to the 1980s. I think the White Sox came out and said back in the 1980s they were doing it. Like everyone does it.
You know,
the fact of the matter is
sure.
Here saying like ridiculousness. Like I think if anything, that fine, that $100,000 fine.
I was gonna say the crazy thing is
pocket change, bro.
I was gonna say I think that's the one thing that like the information about this was already publicly accessible. Like this was stuff we knew about back in what was the year 2016 when this went on. So it was like Yankees 2016 got warned for it was a sign stealing, but it was the sign decoding. And rather than relay the signs to the guy behind home plate, they would in advance break down in like hitters meetings and stuff for the fans at home. They would break down to potential runners on second base. This is what this sign means. This is what this is. This is what this is. This is what this, whatever it was. This way he could then try to relay back to, the guy who's up to bat. That is something I think, that has been going on. And to Alex's point, it's something that's been going on in baseball for a very long time. In some,
I was doing it in travel
that
league,
when we're kids.
trying to steal
no,
signs.
for sure. You're always, I was gonna say,
You know what I'm saying?
Brandon, not for nothing. You raise a very valid point. It's literally something you were doing when you were a child.
Taught to do this as a child. You can't sit here and tell me that like that's illegal, because if that's the case, they wouldn't have people doing that as a kid.
No, for sure. I think that where it becomes, and even as a Yankee fan, the thing that makes me cringe is the same thing that made me really cringe about the Astros thing or the Red Sox thing in 2018, where it's this element of these are teams using, this isn't just a dude standing out on second base for long enough that he's now figured it out. No. This is now using technology, and in some cases, technology in a home ballpark that is exclusively available to you to gain an advantage. That is where I feel,
the technology thing. The one thing I will give it for the Astros, not so much the Red Sox, but if we're going to be 100% honest here, the technology aspect was used like with the Yankees, and that was uncovered with the letter too. They said in the letter that at some point, although the opposing team didn't complain about it, it happened, I think, during one of the World Series runs. So like where they literally called it in, and from the use of like technology using the bullpen phone, called in saying like this is what they're doing, and then real time in the game status. I mean, granted, it was by a guy that just so happened to be on second base, so like he was able to actually utilize the signs.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was real time during the playoff game. And like for the Yankee fans who don't actually bleed pinstripes like you guys respectfully do, like you need to understand that you don't have an argument there anymore. For sure. They're different. Passan came out and he said something really good. He was like, yes, it is all cheating. The Astros cheated. The Red Sox cheated. The Yankees cheated. There are different levels to cheating.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give respect to that 100%.
No, I 100% agree. I think but that's the thing is, as long as there's professional sports, not for nothing, there will always be some capacity or level of cheating. Ready? We get past already in baseball alone.
I mean, the Deflategate. I mean,
no, I was going to say in baseball alone. Ready? Our generation grew up with the steroid era. As soon as the steroid era is done, you get into a situation now where it's the use of technology. And the reason why I bring up the Red Sox is they were the ones with it was back 2015, 2016 with the Apple Watch and stuff like that. It was the first.
They got caught with the Apple Watch, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, all right, this is now the technology thing, and then it's the spider tack, and then it's there's always going to be some
ball situation, which maybe they should bring back better than these baseballs. I just want to put that out there.
I don't disagree, but
it's the juice baseballs. That's what I want to say. No, I'm just kidding. But that was a fun month of baseball.
Home runs everywhere. Galore.
I was gonna say, good God, that was more than a month. That was a strong 2 years. Was it the Twins Bomba squad? The Yankees hitting I think it was 4 teams in baseball simultaneously broke the single season home run record. Yeah. And it's
within days of each other too. It was like, what the
really? We're all doing this? Okay, cool. Whatever. But that's the thing is it's for me and it's shame on the Yankees as well. It's shame on so much of Major League Baseball. It's the same where, one of the I'm a firm believer. I think I'm trying to remember which announcer is the one who constantly says it, who constantly says something along the lines of get paper out of baseball or get technology out of the game. At a certain point, I don't want to, when I show up to a game, I don't want to watch Aaron Judge shift all the way down to left center field and have a line drive hit right at him.
Yeah.
I want to watch when a ball's in the gap and he has to go make the phenomenal play to go get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch when
robot I'm
But
like,
that's where you
No,
can
but
say
I don't-
analytics killed the game because they're sitting
for
there like,
sure.
okay,
But
if we put these,
that's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
you're pretty much bringing football defensive schemes to baseball, though.
Yeah, but
You
that's
get what
the
I'm
thing is,
saying? Like, okay,
my thing is
30% of the
you
time, this is gonna happen. So if I
Ready?
position you here,
here's the thing is ready.
like get the four like outfielders out there. Yes, 3 outfielders. That's it, max.
Yeah,
I'm cool with
absolutely.
that to an extent.
Yeah.
But
don't
I just
leave
looked at
the
it
third baseman.
like
on the left
like
side.
you're like if I got a completely pull
Is-
hitter, 100% pull, I'm going to shift. Sorry.
No, for sure. But here's the thing is this is where I struggle with it. I say, you know what? Fine. If you're going to do this in preparation for the game, that is one thing. I don't want to watch this man stand in center field, take the index card out of his hat, look at it for a second and say, all right, I got to take 6 steps this way, 4 steps this way. It looks like he's following a freaking pirate. Yeah, as a slide to the right and all this shit. Crisscross. I don't want to see Aaron Judge do this. I want to see, all right, he either paid attention in that meeting this morning or did not.
Yeah.
He took the steps to be ready for this or not. And if not, all right, I'm showing up to watch. And this is where it really comes down to it for me with baseball right now. And it's not just baseball. Let me be very clear. It's all professional sports. I don't want to see the product of the work of the nerd in the front office. I don't want to see it. I want to
Then
see
hit the ball the other way. You want to
No,
see baseball
that's-
product? Hit the ball the other way.
No,
That's
for sure.
what
I
I'm
don't
telling you.
I do not disagree with that.
Why are you still upswinging to smash it?
Yeah.
Because that is not
I don't care what the coach says. I'm gonna get my hit. Look at Stanton right now. Base hits galore.
But this is my point too. I agree with you 100%. If I see that, like to your point before, if I see everyone overshifted to the right, where damn near the third baseman is playing shortstop, I'm bunting to third base. I don't care what else happens. I'm going to first. Like, I don't understand. I see it all the time. It literally irks the living hell out of me. Like, you're gonna get on base. You're gonna be the fattest, slowest guy in the league. I guarantee you'll get on first base. No
Miguel
one.
Cabrera did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I applaud him for doing it because it's like, it's there, dude. It's right there for you. It helps your average.
I'm so
You get-
sorry. Did you just insult Miggy Cabrera by calling him the fattest, slowest man on the in Major Leagues?
No,
I was gonna say
Mr.
that man is-
3000
I
himself.
mean, man,
I was gonna say, you
man
just-
hasn't been able to run since like '97. So, like, he's an athlete. Don't get me wrong. He played a decent third base, but Mans was not my guy to send. Like, he's
Speaking
not
of-
stealing a base.
Tigers, though, and his replacement, Torkelson, A+ so far. He's
Oh, man, I like-
rough start.
I'm
My
a
man
long
went.
way.
My man went like 0 for 10 with like 6 Ks, and I was like,
Yeah.
oof.
and then he
But-
flipped over.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one who's
He had
offensively
some rough defense too,
getting
man.
back to the rookies. I was gonna say the one who's had the rough start offensively has been Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
Really, it's like just really
Yeah,
in the dumps offensive stats. How
That one game, that first game of the season, the walk-off, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say the thing for me though is like just some of the heads up defensive plays when he's been on base, stolen. I think there was one point in the season he had more stolen bases than he had hits,
Yes.
which just kind of blew my mind for a second, just to think about there. But he's just, you can see it coming together and stuff, and that's what you want to see out of a rookie, where you want to see a certain level of poise. You want to see a certain level of excitement about, still being there, even though the bat isn't clicking for you right now. And so I want to transition. Again, we kind of rolled into this episode, ladies and gentlemen, with a fuck it, we'll do it live mentality. And I think we've had a pretty good run here. So we're going to transition quickly into our final segment. We're going to call bull and we're going to call ball. Alex, I'm going to give you the opportunity to call bull today.
Go
You
first.
thoroughly
Call,
enjoy it.
call bull or call ball?
Call bull.
Call bull.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Oh, I did have one, but I did forget. Because I was thinking about ball, but no, I'm
If you
calling.
got it, if
I
you got
gotta
it
go
the other
for
way.
ball. No, I gotta go one for ball. You gotta go bull, dude. You
No,
got
that's fine.
I
I'm
could
gonna
go
go
either way. I could go either way.
Call bull. I'll call bull on Dave Roberts, man. You gotta send him for the perfect game. I don't care. I was listening to CC Sabathia, bro. CC's like, no, I would have fought Tory. I'm going. I would have fought Girardi. I'm going out there. Like, I don't care. Yeah, I'm just saying, look at Kershaw. He has the World Series. He has
But
the
not for
MVP.
nothing, ready?
He has
Just
3 Cy Youngs. He's 34. What else does he have to lose? I'm sorry. If I'm Kershaw, dude, I'm your franchise guy. Coach, I'm going out there. And if you're gonna stop me, I will kick you in the face.
so here's my question then. Are you calling bull on Roberts for the move or
Yeah.
Kershaw for not fighting the move?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I'm
Because
calling bull on
Kershaw
the
also
situation.
didn't. Not only did he not fight to get back out there, afterwards he went on the
I
record
know,
and
bro.
said he
It
would
was-
have pulled himself
It was
also.
20. It was like 27 degrees with a wind chill of like 2. The hitters didn't want to hit. I'm going out there, bro. But
That's
still,
why I'm saying
like,
so. You gotta
I
pick.
know CC was saying too. You gotta want to go out there, and I don't think he did. Yo, but bro, it was cold.
No, for sure.
Nobody
But
wanted to be there, bro.
he was also
Nobody.
not trying to be around as much as those hitters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you gotta get ready for October baseball at some point, right?
I was gonna say, there you go. There was the prep. All right, Brandon, who you calling ball with?
All right, I'm gonna call ball, and I think we should regularly either make a segment for it to talk about it for a few minutes, or just in general use it maybe in random moments like this. I'm gonna call ball on the both of you guys. We're on the 3rd week now of our fantasy baseball season. I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
incorporate that. I literally had the opportunity of playing Alex week 1 and then playing Nick week 2. I am 0-2 to start the season. Although with Alex, I'm not gonna lie, that was a nail biter. That could have went.
Yo,
either
that could have went either way. I want to shout out Logan Webb.
Yeah, I was pissed about
Yo.
that. Are you serious that I lost this
Yeah.
right now? Nick blew me out of the water last week.
Bro, I do
gotta-
got like 6 motherfuckers on the IL right now. I'm like, what the hell?
My entire team is more red than points at this point. Like
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like piecing everything together, trying to figure it out. So the both
sure.
of you guys balled. I think we should incorporate it for every episode.
Absolutely, and also to that point, for all fans and viewers, you can actually check out the standings and some cool facts and figures about our fantasy baseball league up on the Noble Just Ball website. The standings are being updated weekly.
I promise I'm going to get on the W board. Don't worry, guys. I'll be there.
Eventually, who you got this week?
I don't know who I'm playing, but I'm down by 2 points. It's similar to Alex matchup.
Yeah, I'm playing your brother right now. Your brother took it to me. I had like 2 people playing on Monday. He had his whole squad, so I'm like, I literally had like 10 points.
I mean, I was gonna
Not
say,
even. I think it was like 6, and he had like 75.
so I have your other brother this week. So Alex is facing Little Nicholas. I'm facing Kevin this week, and
It's annihilating the Burrito Boys left and right, huh?
yeah, I'm actually having a really tough time with it because he ended up somehow with all of the Mets and all of the Yankees. So it's a really weird conundrum sitting at a game, and like our starting pitcher today was Jordan Montgomery, and I'm rooting against him because of fantasy baseball. Really weird issue. I'm like booing. Last week I was booing Rizzo's home runs because I was facing Brandon.
And three home runs yesterday.
Oh,
Yo, that's who I wanted to call ball on, bro.
I was gonna say
everybody wanted Freeman. Everybody wanted Olsen. I was cool with Rizzo.
He fell in my lap. I was like, what?
I was going to say, you sound like a Yankee now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Gentlemen, thank you for doing this with me. As always, it has been real. It has been nice. It has been real nice. And we will catch you again very soon. Enjoy baseball.
Stay breezy.